playoffs, we're gonna be there, bro. For the playoffs, we're gonna be there. What is this? I need a clip that's not AI right now, bro. Like.
Hey. Hey. Me and you can be the rank 1 and 2. And I know you've seen the title as well. Chat. We are officially starting the training arc.
Chat.
This is day 1.
This would be possible, bro. Road to rank 1. Road to rank 1 in Valo or CS. Guys, I want to check clips right now. I need some non-AI clips right now. I need to actually have my brain like reset. Sally, can you send me the link? Can you send me the link, bro, please? That would be nice. When are you doing the Minecraft 500?
Проверь, иди проверь, блядь.
Так это говно, блядь, на ходу не знаешь, что ли?
Ну, поехали, сразу только про игроки занял.
Коннектор one. End short. Денчик съебаем сюда. Убегай, убегай, дайте, беги, там пизда.
У тебя флешки есть?
Да. Можешь скинуть мне? На туалет мне кидать?
Будешь, да, надо между кидать. Слушай, никого и нету. А нет, шарики. Еще мид один.
Решил не дожидаться, да, флешечки?
Окей, не, окей. Короче, с этим придурком лучше не пристреливаться, он, блядь, перефачивает меня нахуй.
Перефайчивает меня. Ой, блядь, лонг.
Смотрим. Старплеер типа нашей команды. Хороший счет на лаке. Вон она, вон лонг.
А,
хороший.
вот так вот меня ёбнул,
Попикай, да,
конечно.
попикай, да, попикай.
Надо убивать, блядь, перца.
Почему мы всегда дохлые, блядь, у нас тиммейты тащат?
Вы дохлые, блядь, с Денчиком.
Ну Денчика не пизди, блядь.
One is 3 HP from long.
Да, Денчик?
О, всю инфу собираю, опен фраги даю.
Красавчик.
Там себе гранаты накидываю.
Красавчик, Дэн.
Пока кто-то стоит и пиздит там, блядь.
Я зажал флешки тебе.
Обзови его.
Ты лох.
Ну, блядь,
Ну,
так
блин,
грубо.
ну грубо.
Ну, перебрал, да.
Угу. Can you drop deagle, blue, please?
Не,
Скаут,
иди
скаут,
в кон,
if
иди в кон.
possible.
Дай мне хае и 2 флешки, иди в кон, Тимур.
Я длину понял.
Не, я со скаутом работаю, thank you,
Ну,
братан.
бля, ну ты не слышишь
God
меня,
bless you.
хорошо, я тебя понял, тварь.
Нет, ну это конкретно в этом
Не,
раунде.
иди нахуй, не. Я тебе заколил раунд, ты должен послушать меня как капитана нашей команды.
Два мидл шарики дали хае. Че, есть шорт? Аут шорт, гайс! Бля, вы бляди
Открой
ебаные!
рот.
Да. Сори, бро.
Ебать четко. Я какой читерский прицел сделал.
Шорт one more. Ты инфу говорить будешь?
А чисто, блядь, что тебе дать?
Не ты, блядь, донг менталити нахуй.
Вот он сюда зашел, смотри, что делает.
Ваншоп. Флэш.
Не. Maybe one shot and smoke.
Монстр справа.
Флэш овер монстр.
Я смотрю, Ванька.
А, он ластовый?
Конечно, я там разъебался,
Денчик,
Ванька.
ты троих пизданул, блядь.
Да как нехуй с диглом,
Думаю,
прикинь.
4 осталось, блядь.
Да я ходил с диглом, блядь, как маньяк, нахуй, ебашился.
Ебать, Дэн, ты лучший, нахуй.
Why did it have to be?
Ôi rồi nhỉ. Thế nào nhỉ? Hết rồi à? Đấy.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Làm nói chung con tanh. Đừng chơi xuôi nữa được không? Chơi xuôi nữa được không? Cứ bên gì cũng được mà không sử dụng. Xuôi để mẹ với sự yêu được to chơi này. Đường giữa, chú đường giữa. Để đến giờ biểu diễn này.
sushi dingin. Apaan? Sushi dingin.
I can never resist an invitation to dance.
What the fuck, elite cũng được.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Đưa bạn ra cam. Hay quá.
Open up a beer, take it over here and play a video game. I'm in his favorite sundress, watching me get undressed, take that body downtown. I say you the best fit, leaning for a big kiss, put his favorite perfume on. Play a video game. Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, sing my name. Open up a beer, take it over here and play a video game. I'm in his favorite sundress, watching me get undressed, take that body downtown. I say you the best fit, leaning for a big kiss, put his favorite perfume on. Play a video game. Just you, it's all for you. Everything I do, I tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you want to do. I heard that you like the macaroni. Is that true? It's better than I ever even knew. They say that the world was built for two. Only worth living if somebody was loving. Maybe now it's you. Maybe now it's you. Singing in the old stars, singing with the old stars, looking for the flame. Listen in the blue dark, playing pulling wild dogs, video game. He holds me in his big arms, thinking I am seeing stars. This is all I think about. Watching all our friends fall in and out of love class. This was my idea of fun.
Let's see how close they can get.
เล่นแบบ
Everybody
Muộn thế.
Oke.
Gonna look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather.
Đấy, có các cái của khác đấy.
Wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to know when I'm not around. I wish I was special. So fucking special.
What up anh em? Chỉ vài ngày nữa thôi là chúng ta sẽ kết thúc năm 2.
Top 5 mẫu chuột được Pro Player CS2 lựa chọn nhiều nhất để thi đấu. Top 1, Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. Được tiên dùng bởi Simple, Monesi, Navibit và gần 20% các tuyển thủ khác cùng tham gia khảo sát. Form chuột đối xứng phù hợp với cả người thuận tay phải và người thuận tay trái. Lớp phủ mịn màng đem lại cảm giác cầm nắm chắc chắn. Kết nối không dây cũng như cảm biến Hero 2 sensor cực kỳ ổn định và đáng tin cậy. Thời lượng pin không cần phải lăn tăn suy nghĩ với hơn 50 giờ ở chế độ polling rate 2000 Hz và gần gấp đôi lên tới là 90 giờ ở chế độ tiết kiệm pin 1000 Hz. Logitech chẳng khác gì như đang ngồi trên ngai vua khi ngay ở vị trí top 2 những cái mẫu chuột được Pro Player lựa chọn nhiều nhất cũng là một cái tên tiền nhiệm, Logitech G Pro X Superlight phiên bản 1. Và nếu như anh em còn đang thắc mắc chuột chuyên cho FPS, chuyên cho CS2 thì nó phải là Zoe chứ, thì cùng xem Simple chia sẻ nhá.
Man, how many tournaments I won with Navi when I played on Zoe? And how many tournaments I won on Logitech G Pro Superlight?
Top 5 mẫu chuột được Pro Player CS2.
Don't worry, son. I'll throw 7.
No, that's right. Hit a fucking 7. Shut up. You ain't gonna throw no 7. You believe this?
I guarantee you've never seen customizations for a Logitech G Pro Superlight like this before. And the last one is the craziest. We got some packages, let's go open them up. My G Pro Superlight has been having a lot of battery issues for the past 6 months. I bought a battery replacement to see if that fixes it. You do need to take off your old skates, so you have to have a replacement set ready. Switching out the battery is super easy. Now for the first upgrade. You can buy third-party docks to charge your mouse, or you can use the standard cable. But with this wireless charging puck, you can now charge your mouse wirelessly. And now for the really crazy upgrade. I've tried Tiger Ice skates and even glass skates before, but now I'm trying dimpled PTFE skates. The idea behind the dimples is there's less surface area, so less friction on your mouse pad. So hopefully that means a better glide. This product has 0 reviews on Amazon, and I've never seen anybody talk about these, so I guess I'll update you in a few weeks to see if I like them or not. Now follow me so you don't miss the update video. I guarantee you've never seen customizations for a Logitech G Pro Superlight like this before. And the last one is the craziest. We got some packages, let's go open them up. My G Pro Superlight has been having a lot of battery issues for the past 6 months. I bought a battery replacement to see if that fixes it. You do need to take off your old...
Banked it on purpose, by the way.
I'm literally invincible! What? Buzz!
Banked it on purpose, by the way.
The killer outside made no sound, but Jack inside the house had already sensed the presence of the murderer. When the killer tried to approach suddenly, Jack immediately realized the people inside were highly skilled, so the killer pretended to retreat first, secretly preparing to strike again. Eddie also felt the killer's position. Both sides were silently waiting, knowing they had to first confirm each other's movements before delivering a fatal blow. But just as the tension peaked, someone suddenly knocked on the door. The man hadn't had time to react before the police barged in. The man slowly walked out to check the situation, but he didn't reveal the killer's presence. As the two talked, the assassin outside quietly peeked in. The man immediately gave a subtle look, and the police officer quickly noticed something was off. But when they checked, there was no one outside. However, just as the man was about to fall asleep, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Carefully, he pulled back the blanket, and there he found a body wrapped in plastic.
Good morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. We got a morning here. We got a new class coming in, next to the last class for this year, being this afternoon. So Mom and I are taking the chance and taking the opportunity to make another video this morning. I've been chewing on this. We didn't make a video for a couple of weeks, and then I just posted 2 videos. They were both horse related. And this topic I've been chewing on for a little while, but I've been hesitant to put it up because I didn't really have things clear in my mind. But I'm gonna take a chance this morning and see what we come up with. The for the last many weeks, I've gotten a lot of contacts, comments on the channel, emails, different things about young men, especially. I mean, it's pandemic around the world, I think, but young men, especially in this country, who are just feeling isolated and alone. It's a really bad situation in this country. Mama sent me a video link of a guy, and he was talking about in this country, the numbers of when it comes to suicides, when it comes to homelessness, when it comes to prisons, the numbers of men in these situations are astronomically higher than women. And then this same guy read a lot of the feedback from women, and it was horrible. They were celebrating the fact that men are three times more likely to commit suicide. I just can't, and it's no wonder good men in this world are backing away from women and saying, look, this is not right. And when this attitude pervades, feminists cannot sit there and say we're only about equality. Let me give you a thought, ladies, and I'm gonna get a lot of grief for this. And I don't care. I don't know you, and I ain't scared of you. Okay? If a man is here and you want to be equal, and the only way you can get equal is to band together and tear him down so that you can be at his level, you're not equal. You're not equal. Okay? You're a parasite. I'm not going to go any further into that, all right? Because I will get wound up and get scratchy. Men, you're feeling isolated and alone and lonely. What do? You can't find a good woman these days, it seems like. And they're out there. Let me tell you right now, there's good women are still out there. They come through here. We meet them around, and there are still really good, solid women of values who value themselves, who value the men around them. They're just harder to find. So what's a guy to do? Look, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not trained. I don't, okay? I don't know. Uncle Dwayne. You go sit down and have a cup of coffee and a cigar and say, hey man, I don't know what to do. All I can do is give you my view. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. Speaking of cigar, Perdomo Inmenso 70. It's the only Perdomo cigar I've ever purchased that disappointed me. I bought a box of them. I really like the 70 gauge. Sitting around of an evening, it gives me a lot of time. But this cigar has been the least pleasing of any Perdomo cigar I've ever had. It's not that I don't like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be having one this morning. But it just, to me, it doesn't measure up. It's a Maduro made in Nicaragua. Everything should be, and it's from a great company. Everything should be, but this is like, I'm down to 3 out of the box, and I have not yet had what I call a mustache burner. One that's so good I don't want to let it go, and it gets all the way down to the point I'm afraid it's going to burn my mustache. A great cigar is a mustache, but it's, you know, it's pretty decent, and I do like the size. But I mean, I'm getting a hot spot right here, back away from my burn, and they're just, I don't know. But it's still it's better than some other cigars. But I wanted one this morning just because of the size. So let's look at it, guys. Loneliness, and what is the answer to loneliness? Well, if you're lonely, I mean, it stands to reason that you're not finding people, outside people, that you can connect with on a physical level, an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level, whatever, wherever you're at. Now, it's harder for some people, and I understand personalities. I understand there's difficulty in this. Like, for me, I'm very comfortable in my own head. I'm very comfortable alone for hours at a time, for days at a time. It doesn't mean I haven't felt loneliness. It doesn't mean that I don't feel lonely at times, but it's not acute. It's not something I can't deal with. And to me, from what I see, is the one companion. Let's think this through. The one companion outside of God, if you follow God, if you believe in God and you have Him, then there's always a friend that sticketh closer to a brother. But this, we're talking about the human issue. The one companion that's always going to be with you is yourself. And I think the first thing you have to do, I think the first thing we have to do is we have to get ourselves to the point where we don't necessarily need a companion. Now, when God created, in the Bible, when God created Adam, and then He looked down, He looked at Adam, He said, it's not good that man be alone. That's why He created Eve. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it's doable, and sometimes it beats the alternative. And ladies, it's the exact same thing. It's better to be by yourself than it is to be with a bad man. But sometimes we choose less than ideal companions, because to us that beats the alternative of not having any companion. And the reason why we cannot face the concept of not having any companion is because we're not comfortable with ourselves as a companion. We don't want to be left alone by ourselves with ourselves. So we come in and we sit down and we get on our phone, or we turn on the TV, or we go wherever, we do whatever, because we don't want to face the reality of being by ourselves with ourselves. And so, fellas, I would say one of the things I would recommend that you think about, chew on, look into, is start making yourself a companion that you're comfortable with. Now that sounds kind of maybe not real mainstream, but if you had a friend, if you had a person you're going to sit down and spend all the time with, what would you want from that person? What would you want? Well, I would want to spend time with somebody who's honest. Makes sense? I don't want to spend time with somebody who's going to be lying to me all the time. Someone who's going to gently tell me the truth about myself. One of the hardest things sometimes for the human to do is get to the point where they stop lying to themselves. Where they tell themselves the truth. They speak the truth to themselves. Now, you got to face the reality of who you are. You got to face the reality of what you are. All right? And nobody's going to tell you that like you yourself will tell you that. You want to tell yourself the truth, but you want to tell yourself the truth in understanding and forgiveness. I look back at things in my life and I can't say it was somebody else's fault. I can't say I didn't do that. I can't say this is why I did that, so that made it all right. I mean, all the way back, human, our entire lives. So I got to tell myself the truth. Yeah, that was not okay. But then at the same time, I have to tell myself that you're a human and you made it right and you're making it right and it's okay. It's okay. Wherever you've been in the past that's bad, if you're not still there, your companion, which is yourself, needs to feel free to tell you it's okay. That was a bad place to be. That was a bad person to be. But you're not that person anymore, and you're not in that place anymore. But if you're with yourself, and yourself is always beating you up, you're not going to want to be with yourself. If I'm sitting out here by myself in the evening, by a fire, a cup of coffee and a cigar, and I'm constantly beating myself up over my failures in the past, I'm not someone that I want to be alone with. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right? You got to make yourself. And then the next thing I would want from a companion is I would want someone who is encouraging, who sees the possibility in the future, who gently pushes me and encourages me to get out of the rut, to get out of the hole, to get out of the sheepfold, to get out of the swamp that I'm in, and to move on and do better. You want someone who's going to encourage you. Well, if you don't have somebody who's going to do that, become that somebody. And again, now I'm blessed. I mean, I've got mama. Okay, I'm not speaking. I've got something a lot of you guys don't. I have mama, but at the same time, I have a very comfortable relationship with myself. All right, and sometimes if you don't have someone like mama, yourself is what you have. And you need to encourage yourself. You need to look around and you need to be able to encourage yourself and say, look, I'm not stuck here unless I choose to stay here. I get people get on the channel all the time and they're like, Dwayne, you're out of touch. You don't know what you're talking about. You're out in the country. Those of us in the city, we don't have that opportunity. Well, now, I've been in a lot of cities. And I've never been in a city that had a big wall around it that wouldn't let you out. If you actually want to leave, you actually want to get away from the crime, from the homelessness, from the situations that are being bred in the cities today, leave. Now, sometimes you can't. I'm not totally stupid. Sometimes you can't. But a lot more of you can than can't. Now, it takes courage. It takes courage. It takes sacrifice. I mean, if I was single and in some of these cities and I read what's going on in these cities and I read about the politics and the crime and the homelessness and the cost of living and the cost of rent and the cost of groceries and the inability to do all this stuff, I'd sell everything I could sell, put enough in the backpack, and I'd walk out. I'd sell my car, I'd sell everything. Don't tell me it can't be done. Watch the video on there. I hitchhiked and took a bus from Tennessee to Cody, Wyoming, and picked up cigarette butts in the campground for soup and a sandwich and a place to stay until I finally got a job. Now, that job was $350 a month, but it included a room in a bunkhouse, and it got me started. Don't tell me it can't be done. It takes guts. And you need to have a companion, you need to be a companion that's going to gently encourage you and give you the courage to take that next step and to do better and to be better. I know, guys, I know that
Green, you have up.
How do I? The physical aspects of a relationship, I know that they're positive. I know that they are things that is hardwired in us to search for. But it's not something we gotta have. It's not something we have to have. And the hell that you go through with these relationships just in order to have someone to sleep with from time to time is not worth the destruction that it's doing to your soul and to your spirit and your life. It's not worth it. Become your own man. Become your own man. If these feminazis want to burn their own world down around them, let them do it. You don't have to be in it. You don't need their world, and you don't need them. You don't need them. I was asking Deanna this morning, I was reading this stuff, and I'm like, if these women have their way, are they going to get out and asphalt these highways? Are they going to get up on these high lines and do this? I'm not saying they can't, but I'm saying they dang sure won't. Are they going to do sewer lines? Are they going to go into burning buildings and haul people over their shoulder down off the ladders? Here and there, scattered here and there. But women as a whole are not going to do this. And that's fine. That's their business. They can live their life as they want. I'm not here bashing women, but I am totally fed up with this whole feminazi movement that is destroying the young men in this country. And nobody can destroy you if you won't let them. All right? Don't let them. You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change. Okay? I don't have the right, I don't have the desire to, and I do not have the right to try to change my wife's personality and who she is. I don't have the right to change anybody except myself. Now there's people out there I don't like, and if I don't like them, I just walk away. I'm 55 years old. I've done without that person my whole dang life. I don't need them now. And I don't have the right or the desire to try to change them. But if I don't like me, if I'm not comfortable being with me, well, that's a different story. All right? So it doesn't provide all the answers. Probably doesn't provide any answers. I don't know. But maybe there's a little bit of encouragement there. Maybe somebody, there's a little seed, a little step, a little something that you can say, hey, you know what? I think that'll help you. And listen, just be strong. Stay strong. And ladies, I'm not bashing women, but I am bashing this godless, hateful movement that is destroying this country and destroying the men in this country. Okay? It's not. Fellas, just don't. Let me add one more thing here, all right? Choosing my words, give me a moment. It is human nature. It is human nature when the pendulum swings too far one way. When the pendulum swings too far one way, we react and swing that pendulum too far the other way. All right? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. All right? Don't do that. Do not react to this with the opposite all the way over here. Don't be hateful and mean and derogatory to women. All right? I am referring obliquely to a former kickboxer who now resides in Europe somewhere, who has been all the rage. There's some things he says that he's right and spot on, but his pendulum has swung too far the other way. Okay, and some impressionable young men have taken it that way. We're not at war, fellas. Regardless of how this side wants to frame this picture, we are not at war with women. All right? We're not. You be that warrior in that garden. All right? And you stand strong. You be a strong man. You be a good man. And you just let the world rage around. All right? I hope this helps. And my heart's with you guys. Anything I can do to help, I'll be happy to do. And so, we'll catch y'all next time.
Don't move.
Morning.
Yeah, go down, go down.
School.
Get down.
Let me ask you a question.
I smoke, man.
At what age should you have it all together?
Yeah,
At what age should you have it all figured out? I get a lot of mostly young men on the channel, and they're from 17 to 35, 36, 39, and they lament that they're at a place in their life and they don't have it figured out, and they don't have it all together, and they wonder what's wrong with them because they don't have it figured out. They don't have it all together. Of course you don't have it all together. You're not supposed to have it all together. You're not expected to have it all together.
You blocked my lineup, bro. Why
Anybody
go up
looks at you
my
at
head?
26, 27, 28 years old and says, hey man, what's wrong with you? How come you don't have everything figured out? They're a fool. Knowledge and experience and wisdom takes time. Wisdom comes from experience, and experience takes time. The more experience you have, the more you learn from that experience, the wiser you can get. If you haven't lived long enough to have a broad enough portfolio of experience, then you can't expect to have knowledge and wisdom. We are told by society today, and it's inferred by movies and television programs, that by the time you're 26 or 27, you should be graduated from college, you should have a degree, you should have a good job, you should have a wife, and you should have it together. We watch these programs and they're, you know, this movie is an hour and a half long, and within an hour and a half, the person goes from a goofed up teenager to someone who's just settled and got it all going on. And they get the job, they put their childhood bully in his place, they get the girl, fade to black. And we're left to imagine the rest of their life. And what we imagine is left with the last thing that we see. Man, they got it together.
Take the smoke, take the smoke. It is better.
Of course, we don't consider the fact that if you turn the TV off and watch the news, you'll see those same actors show up in the news again and again making stupid mistakes, and they ain't got it together. A pine tree grows and matures very fast. An oak tree grows and matures very, very slow. But which one lasts longer? And which one is stronger? Which one shelters more critters and more birds? Which one, when it's done and over and it's cut down, which one is more valuable? People don't go out and say, I'm gonna spend extra money for some pine furniture. They want oak furniture. There's a lot of sentiment expressed on the channel. Boy, Dwayne, I wish you'd have been my dad. No, you don't. There's sentiments expressed on there, that, you know, I'm flattered, but I know better. I don't take it serious. Nobody bursts from their mother's womb ready for the world. Nobody bursts from their mother's womb aged and mature and wise. And I'm not wise. I'm not saying I'm wise. I just say that happened.
No.
That's why that happened. So, man, maybe we ought not do that. I don't know. To me, that's a kind of a shallow, easy definition of wisdom. But I'm 55 years old, and I'm just now starting to get a little bit figured out. There's a song that Ian Tyson sings, And if you like cowboy music and you're not familiar with Ian Tyson, you ought to look him up. But he's got a song called The Old Double Diamond. And it's about an old cowboy that the ranch he's worked on for years is getting sold. And there's and he says on there, when I first hired on to the Old Double Diamond, I was a darn poor excuse for a man.
Okay, bro?
Yeah. Mama's laughing back there. I edited that for you.
Then go kill.
It says I never learned how to aim when the spirit was tame. I couldn't see all the cards in my hand. Well, son, a lot of what your difficulty is right now is you have not yet learned how to aim while the spirit is tame. And you can't see all the cards in your hand. It's not saying the cards aren't there. It's just you haven't matured enough to see them. And there will come a time you keep going and you keep learning and you keep growing. That one day you'll look down and the card you needed was there and it's been there all along. But that ain't gonna come for a while.
It's fine.
And my encouragement to you is stop being so hard on yourself. You know, one of the things I have encouraged my wife in for years, and she's a very natural mother, all right, and she has a natural tendency to take care of people and to worry about stuff. And I've had to tell her over the years, look, that's not your burden to carry. That's not your burden to carry. You have enough burdens at your young age that are rightfully yours for you to worry about carrying. That
one more.
You don't need to worry about carrying the burdens that are going to come when you're 50 or 55 or 60. You can't even begin to think about having things figured out and having it together until you're in your 50s. Just don't even worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. You've got to have maturity. And maturity comes with time, and maturity is not something that you can gin up artificially. It's not something that you can be responsible for not being ginned up artificially. You, Dwayne, what I have to do? You have to live. You just have to live. You just have to live. You just have to act your age. If you're 26, be 26. Stop trying to be 56. It's not expected, and it's a burden that you're a young couple, and you're going through some things, and you're like, man, we must be the worst couple in the world. We must be the worst married folks out there. This has got to be, man, we just ain't got it. Of course you ain't got it figured out. When you hit 30, you still ain't 30 years of marriage, you still ain't gonna have it all figured out. My wife and I are still trying to figure stuff out. And we just take it as it comes, and we learn, and we mature, and we grow, and it takes time. But you'll not get there if you quit. Fellas, you'll not get there if you quit, if you just say, forget it. You know, I can't be the man that I wanted to be. Well, of course you're not right now. You will not be the man that you want to be until you grow into it. You have to grow into it. So the whole point of this video is just to encourage you, chill out, man. Just chill. You guys that are contacting me and saying, man, I got a degree and I just lost this job. Listen, and I'm not making light of it, okay? Let me just put it in perspective, all right? I've got 5 grandbabies. Now, one of those grandbabies is, let's say that grandbaby is 14 months old and they're learning to walk, okay? And so they're just in a diaper. You've seen it, you know, they're just in a diaper and they're going across the kitchen floor to mama, and they're kind of weaving a little bit, and their little fat feet and their little fat thighs are just kind of thunk, 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 and all of a sudden they're like, oh, and they got the bubble butt out here, the bubble tummy out here, and they got the big old diaper in the back, so they're not balanced, all right? And so they lose their balance, and they're like, oh, bam, and they fall down and land flat on their butt. And they look shocked and they look surprised, and then their face screws up and they start crying bloody murder. That's the worst thing that has ever happened to them in their life.
Bro, don't lie.
It's like a disaster of apocalyptic proportions because it's all they've ever known. And you just gone through a breakup, and it's the worst thing you've ever been through. And it's a disaster of apocalyptic proportions because you haven't had the time and the experience yet to develop work and to turn around and look at that in relation to the realities of a long life well lived. And one day you're going to try and look back and you're going to say, that really wasn't such a disaster. And in fact, that was probably the best thing ever happened to me. Some of you lost your job and you thought that job was it. And it was a good paying job, and you went 4 years of college in order to get the degree to get that job. And then you got the job, and then COVID happened, or layoffs and different stuff, and now all of a sudden you lost that job. It's the worst thing you've ever been through. And so all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, I thought my life was together, now it's in shambles at my feet. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's all right. It's all right. You're not supposed to have it together. All right, those who go to college, get out of college, get a job, and stay in that job until they retire, then retire and buy property down in Florida, that's an anomaly. That's not normal. It happens, but it's an anomaly. And most of those people, you know, they might be really good people, but they ain't got cool stories to tell. And you don't get wisdom. You don't get wisdom past a certain point by living that life. Okay? So two or 3 years ago, I made a whole series of really, really bad decisions. Really bad decisions. And it brought me to the point at 50, over 50, where I was like, I ain't got it together. I'm not mature, I'm not grown, I'm not the man I'm supposed to be. And I started working on it. And the man that I am today, the father that I would be today, if children were to come along today, that's not the man I was before, and that's not the father I could have been before. Okay? A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back in the forge again. And it's hot, and it melts you down, and you're uncomfortable. And then life is going to pull you out, and it's going to put you on the anvil, and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, what, am I done yet? Am I a sword for the ages? No. No, you're not. You're not done yet.
This guy's
all right?
cheating too,
So
bro.
just chill.
This fashion guy is
Just chill.
cheating too.
Continue to have fun. Now, by fun, I'm not recommending you go out, drink your brains out at the bar and do something stupid. But my goodness, go hunting, go fishing, get a mountain bike, go hiking, go to the gym, go hang out around a barbecue fire with friends and just act silly and act goofy and be your age. Be your age and just embrace the process.
I need therapists.
And don't look for what you are supposed to be fully, completely polished, sharpened, edged, tempered at 26 or 36, at 46. You've got a lot more forge time left. You've got a lot more hammer blows left. And it takes time. But if you will patiently embrace the process, then by the time you get up in years, you can be a man of your craft. Okay? So this is just an encouragement to just
middle and Tibes.
chill out. Just chill out. Embrace the process. You say, Dwayne, what process? Life. Life. Embrace the journey and the process of life. You only get stronger hiking by going uphill. Nobody gets stronger hiking by just going downhill.
Mongolian guy, I think
right.
you and I are the only ones not cheating.
I'm gonna get in trouble here if I don't do this. Eric Stockaby, 4th generation, and Aberrant. This is my first 10 of this, and it's actually Rustica, which is a very old tobacco, and it's a pretty heavyweight tobacco, mixed with Sweet Virginia and a little bit of Dark Fire Kentucky, which I'm very fond of. It's a very robust, very interesting, very flavorful mixture. But if you are a what's the word I want? Aromatic smoker, it's probably not. Smoke. That's what we got going on here. So, again, guys and gals, just hang in there. I'm rooting for you, and we'll catch you guys next time. Good morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. It's September 4th, the first day of classes for this fall session. So we wanted to make a video before we got too busy and make sure we keep content up. We started to make one out under the tree this morning, but it started raining again, which we are not complaining. We've needed rain so bad. It rained all night last night, and it's raining this morning. So we moved into the barn in here this morning. And Mama says it's okay, it's rustic. And speaking of Mama, we are almost to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 91,600 something right now. And at the rate that it's climbing, just a few days here, by the time it's time to do the next video, we'll be at 100,000. So, what the fuck? Mama came up with the idea that for that video, she's gonna sit with me and we'll do a video together. And I'm gonna hold her to it. I'm not gonna let her get out of this one. She's gotta do it now. And so, in between now and then in the comments, is there anything you'd like to know? Is there anything in particular you'd like to ask Mama? You'd like to know Mama's side of things. Or anything else, and if there's much there, then we'll sort through it and come up with some subjects and some questions and ask them for you or answer them for you. Cigar this morning is a different cigar, and it's kind of a unique cigar. Got the band here off the foot on my finger, Stillwell Navy number 1056. Now I've had a couple of these before, and I really liked them. And somebody sent me a gift. They sent me a box. And now these, I don't know if you know who Steve Saka is. Steve Saka of Dunbarton. He and another fella got together and developed these. And they have pipe tobacco in them. Now these are not black and mild, okay? It's not unusual. I mean, there's over the years, there have been cigars that have tried to incorporate pipe tobacco but they've always been a mess, in my opinion. They've always used cheaper tobaccos, and usually they're so sweet you can't even, and they don't even taste like cigars. That's not what this is. Cigar. It's got cigar tobacco made up with cigar tobacco, but they've added some high quality, small amounts of pipe tobacco in there. And so it tastes like a cigar should, but there's hints and notes of pipe tobacco. And now I'm talking about, I think there's some Virginia burley, and some Virginias and some burleys, and I know there's some Orientals like some Latakia, which just gives it just a little bit of that spice. Like for you pipe smokers, like your English tobaccos, like your Peterson Morning Blend or something like that. It's got some of that Oriental just back there, but it's still a cigar. I think you ought to try it. It's pretty unique. So, want to do this video. There's been a cajillion comments on the channel, and I'm positive across the line.
Drop, please.
And there's a lot of young people on there that are getting on and commenting, and they're just lost. They're just lost. And a lot of young men are realizing that they've been sold a bill of goods, and they haven't been prepared for life. And some not so young men are waking up too. And you know, I've been asked a number of times, what's some advice, you know, I could give for young men? And so this morning I just want to give 5 things that you can start developing in your life to become a man among men, to become that man that you need to be and that the world around you needs you to be, okay? And I'm going to start out. Now this first one is going to sound so vanilla, all right, so tapioca, so light, so nothing on the surface, but it's not. You need to work on being a good man. Now, before you throw your hands up, there are a lot of people out there that don't know what it means to be a good man. Especially, I'm going to kick over a hornet's nest here, especially in the deeply religious world. They don't know what it means to be a good person. Listen to me. The absence of evil is not an automatic indication of the presence of good. All right? I'm going to say that again. The absence of evil is not an automatic indication of the presence of good. You've got negative, you have positive, and you have neutral. Neutral is there's no negative, but there's no positive either, which means it's a big zero. Remember studying in school negative and positive numbers? All right, picture that graph you looked at on the page. There's -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we say down there on the negative, Dwayne, I don't do drugs, and I don't abuse women, and I don't steal from people, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And so they do away with all the negatives, but they don't do anything positive. Congratulations. That person's a big zero. All right? Being good is proactive. It's doing something. It's and you don't have to go and volunteer in India at an orphanage or haul bags of rice to Africa. It's just caring about people. All right, that poor, beleaguered cashier at Walmart with the tired eyes and the swollen ankles, just look her in the eye and ask her, how are you doing today?
Tigo, bro.
Just somebody actually cares. You know, we talk about holding the door. Well, somebody stops on the side of the road. Your neighbor down the road is in a difficult place and they can't get their yard mowed. The old lady across the street, the old gentleman across the street, it snows. Just take your shovel and go over and shovel their sidewalk. Just somebody at work, you watch and you look, and people at work, they're going through a hard time. Just, hey, are you all right? Anything I can do to help? Just in your life, be an agent for good. It's kind of like people say, I support the troops. I support the troops. What do you do for the troops? Do you send them care packages? No. Do you walk up to them when you see them in a restaurant, the airport uniform, and do you stick your hand out and say thank you for your service? No, I don't do anything, but I support the troops. No, that just means you're not against the troops. And going through life, become a good man or woman. All right? Now that's a lifetime right there of study, okay? But start working on that. Second, be a dangerous man. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. All right? And it's not about going out and lifting weights and getting a bunch of tattoos and wearing leather jackets and walking around with your chest and shoulders up, hulking around saying, I'm dangerous. That's very rarely is that a dangerous man. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the room. When we were in Wyoming, this last trip, I was talking to the neighbor behind me, he, the manager of all this grazing land, ranch land, and across the road he and his wife had just a few head of sheep, not very many, 10 or 12. And we were talking about, he was talking about this is here and this is over here, and he said, "Now I don't recommend you go over and check out the sheep." He has one of those Great Pyrenees dogs over there. He said that dog doesn't know you, and he might eat you up. Protecting those sheep. Now, sat there for a couple days and watched. That dog was dangerous.
Pushing, bro.
All right, but that dog did not sit on the hillside up with his head up and his hair flowing in the wind like some kind of lion, telling the whole world I'm dangerous. He wasn't down at the road down there barking and everything come by, says I'm dangerous. He was just with the sheep, and he was not a danger to the sheep. The lambs and the ewes and everything come around and go in around amongst him and everything, and they were perfectly 100% safe. And when they were all down in there and down in the middle of the day and kind of gathered up and rested, he's not under a shade tree out there. He's not telling everybody how dangerous he is. In fact, from a distance, if you look down there, he looked like the sheep. About the same size, big old white, woolly. You couldn't tell him from the sheep. But you go down there and he thinks you're trying to harm one of the sheep. It's a different story. He's dangerous. Listen, you cannot. If we tie this into the earlier point, be a good man. You can't be a good man, a fully good man, if you're not a dangerous man. All right. To be good is to do good to people, and sometimes doing good to people is protecting those people. It's protecting those people, protecting those around us. All right, these days I'm a laid back, mellow, middle-aged fella, and I kind of talk slow and easy, and I move slow and easy. All right, but you say one disrespectful thing to my wife in my presence, or I get a phone call from one of my daughters crying, I am not only willing, but I am able to inflict great bodily damage, and I will do so. I'm not a danger to those around me. I'm not a danger to the sheep. But you need to be a dangerous man. Look up, there's a guy on the internet, and he's on YouTube, and he discusses this. He's much smarter than I am. He discusses this much better. Jordan Peterson. And he talks about this a whole lot more eloquently than I can, all right? But you need to, first off, you need to get a mindset. Look, I'm not a sheep. I'm taking care of those that it's a willingness and a mindset. And then you work on the physical side of it. All right, start losing some weight. Start going to the gym. Start learning some things. And fellas, if you are not willing and able to some degree to protect the family that you have started, you don't have a right to have a family. That's my opinion. That's Dwayneism, okay? You don't have a right to have that family. So study. These are things I'm just giving you a start, and you research, okay? Be